Hello to everyone watching. So today I want to do something really different, and I think with my YouTube channel and with the people I'm able to connect to, it's really important to also do something that can help other people. And I really love to talk about bone marrow transplantation. So I want to do a little series about this. It will have 3 or 4 parts. And in this video I want to talk about what is a bone marrow transplantation, why is it important to register as a bone marrow donor, who are the people that need a bone marrow donation. So the second part is about the process of being chosen to be a donor, because your genetical attributes match those of a patient who needs a bone marrow transplant. The third part will be what happens after you get chosen until you donate, and what happens after to you and to the patient. And I might do a fourth part if there are a lot of questions or something to, help out. So shortly to my story, I registered in 2009 and I donated bone marrow in 2012 to a woman from the United States. So I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm also from Germany, so there might be a language barrier to a few things I want to tell you. But just bear with me. I just want to help you understand that a bone marrow transplantation isn't anything that you have to be scared of. And it's so easy to help another person. So I just want to tell you what it's like to be a donator, and I want to help you get rid of being scared and to register. I hope I don't mess up any facts, but because I went through the whole process, I'm confident that most of the things I say is right. So let us start with this part. What is a bone marrow transplantation? Long story short, you give a bit of your own bone marrow stem cells to another person to hopefully save their life. So you don't need to be scared that someone takes your stem cells, because as a healthy person, you have enough of them, and every time your body gets attacked in a way, you produce new ones. For example, if you have a flu, and the feeling you get when your body ages or your bones hurt a little bit, that's because your body produces more bone marrow to help yourself. So there are people who don't have healthy bone marrow. For example, people who have leukemia, I think that's the most part. Also people who have a lymphoma. And there are also minor diseases. I mean, not minor because they are not as bad to you, but minor because there are not as many people who have it. And that can be, for example, birth defects that don't allow your body to have a stabilized immune system. So people who need a bone marrow transplantation, there's something wrong with their own bone marrow, and they can't produce enough for the body to be healthy and fight influences from the outside. So there are also a lot of kids looking for a donation because, like I said, the birth defects and stuff like that mostly affect young children. If you give someone your bone marrow stem cells, it doesn't mean that they are your clones or something, but they, for example, get your blood type. Getting a bone marrow transplantation doesn't mean that you will 100% get healthy. That's the best case scenario, but it also depends on the patient, how long they are sick already, how fast a donator can be found, and I think your overall body stability. I don't know, there can be so many things that the person who receives the donation, their body just rejects the stem cells. So that's the worst case scenario, and that probably means that the patient will die. And so that this will not happen, it's really important that the patient and the donor have a few genetic things in common. I have a hard time explaining this in English. So there are just certain genetic numbers that should be the same for donor and receiver, and that's why it's so hard to find the right match. But the more people register, the easier it gets to find in transplantation for everyone. So that's why it's so important that you have to register. Just taking the test, it will not hurt you, and you can always decide later on if you will do it, but it's such an easy thing to help someone. So the organization who's doing the search for it and the transplantation, I'm not really sure like how far everything connects together, but in Germany the organization who's doing this is the DKMS. It's like DKMS, and it's translated something like German Bone Marrow Donors Index. But they are also operating worldwide. I think in the US it's Delete Blood Cancer US, and also in the UK, and they are also in Poland, and I don't know if they are in every country, but I think if you look for Delete Blood Cancer or DKMS and then your country name, you will find it on Google probably. I will link all internet addresses down below. What you can do to register, the easiest way is on the internet. So you just sign up with your name and you get a little package to your home, and it contains a cheek swab test. So it's just a Q-tip thing, and you swab the inside of your cheeks and send it back to the lab, and that's all it took you to register. Now they have your DNA kind of stuff, and they see to which patient you would fit. The DKMS needs money to do this, so one registering package is about 50 euro. That's what it costs them to do the lab tests and stuff. But if you have no money, it's absolutely no problem. So you can donate the money for it, but you don't ever have to pay any money. But sure, it's a non-profit organization and they really need money if you can afford it. The donation itself can be really easy, like a blood transfer. That's what I had. I will talk all about the donation in part 3 of this series, so I'm sorry if I don't tell it now, but this video will get so long otherwise. Before and after you donate, if you ever get chosen, the patient's name and your name remain anonymous, so you will not know for which person you donate. And it's also different in a lot of countries. So in most countries you have 2 years where you don't know their name and address, but after that you can both decide if you want to give away your address. And there are some countries, I think like Italy, where you will never get to know their names. What you definitely get to know is after the donation, if it's female or male, how old this person is and from which country they are from. So you know a little bit about them at least. And you can register from the age of 18, or you can register at 17, but you can donate at 18 to 55, and I think you can donate until 61, but you can't register anymore. You can donate twice in your lifetime for 2 different patients. It can also be that you donate to one patient and he needs another donation after. So you're like his donor for, I think, up to 2 years, where they always can write to you, he needs another donation. But yeah, that's far away. The first thing is just registering, and I will continue in the next video, I think in 1 or 2 weeks, with the process from registering to what happens after and how you get chosen to fit as a donor. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I could help you and inform you, and I would really love to answer questions, so please leave a comment or write to my email address. I would be really happy if I help anyone and if I can bring anyone to register, because it's so close to my heart, and I think it's such an easy thing. You don't have to do much. You just have to do this cheek swab and you can potentially save a life, and that's just so amazing. So thank you very much for watching, and please share this video if you have someone you think might be interested. So thank you very much. Until next week or so. Bye bye.